house. This is a real fucking situation, dude. Yeah, man. Yo, what's going on?
Hey, I'm here. I'm not actually in the wrong place. It's not on the wrong door like a boss. I love you, beauty. Bye.
Boom. Thank you, Megan, for all your help.
Where am I at? Am I over here?
You're there, yeah. Yeah, that would have been a bummer if you drove that long to fucking be in the wrong place.
I was about to take I work cussing on your show, yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I was about to take a shit in your neighbor's yard, not for anger, but because I've had to poop for the last hour. And it's one of those, I don't know where they are. If I'm in the wrong place, how far do I have to drive? I can't hold it. I can't.
How is the sack? Can you check the sack quick?
No.
You're holding it now.
All the anxiety and pushed it right back in.
You know this is an hour-long show, right?
I love you. I'm sorry I'm not funnier than this.
Also, another one of your friends, Misha, is in chat today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, say hey.
Misha's here saying hi.
I wish that I knew we were going to be recording in a place like this. I want to smoke my pipe so bad.
Oh, damn. Now you just got to sit and watch us.
Now I got to sit and smell this and be like, I got nothing. Wine.
I'm so upset.
How long have y'all been vamping while I've been on the road?
15 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah.
Not even. Is it?
Time.
Something like that.
I'm so sorry I'm late.
That's cool. I got to sing my pre-show song.
Do what? Yeah. Megan, I pulled into the driveway here. I wasn't getting any service, and so it's like it's crises number one. Megan made me swear up and down, call me as soon as you get there, and I was so happy. It's like I remembered as soon as I pulled into the driveway, no service.
Yeah,
but that must be the house. I don't recognize this place, but that must be the house because the door's open. And no, your neighbor was like, "Are you looking for?" Court.
Yeah.
And
did you get
I said no because I was looking for Alexander Folmar.
You doesn't know who the fuck I am.
No, he doesn't. No. Because when I mentioned your name, he went, what? I didn't realize he was giving me a street name. I thought he was like, everybody's here looking for my daughter, so are you looking for Court? I thought his last name was Court. And then he was just one of those guys who says everybody's full name when he speaks to or about them.
Oh my god.
That's good stuff, though.
That is good stuff.
So it's like I just, as I'm pulling up, I'm like, why is it so hard to see on the way here? Oh, because one of my headlights is out. So as I'm pulling up, I'm like, crap, my headlight is out. Megan, you weren't supposed to hear that.
I bet she immediately left chat. She was like, oh, he's safe. I don't want to fucking watch these guys. I'm done.
No, my wife, God bless her, has got such excellent taste, except when it comes to me. She's like, oh, my husband's going to be on. I'm going to watch the whole thing. My
girlfriend never watches the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
My girlfriend's watched the show one time.
If this was my show, no. She would be like, how is it? But it's somebody else's show. So she's like, all right, I'm interested. I love your cup. I love your mug.
You got that Heroes Con.
I missed Heroes Con this year.
Yeah.
It's the first time I just didn't go for
she's still in chat.
Several years. Do what?
She's still in chat.
Of course, what did she say?
Poop jokes. They will never have you back.
Shows what you know, sweetie. These people are about as sophisticated as I am.
No poop jokes.
Buckle up.
Only dick jokes.
Hey guys, I got a voicemail from Gabe Dunston. Just now.
Play. I want to hear it. Play it in the mic.
Hey, so
I wish you just walked into their house because the door
this close. The door was open.
Yeah,
and I thought, and there's a shoe propping up the hard door, and it's just a glass door. And I figured the reason I wasn't hearing from you was we've got to start the show. Yeah. I'm going to start the show. I'm just going to put my phone on silent.
I should have just told you my car is
figured out. The door's open,
and I this close. So I let's not be rude. Let's not be that guy. Ring the doorbell, and the first thing that comes up is this fat tabby cat who's like a puppy, all excited, sees me, does one of these.
You're not who I.
Yeah, it's like you're not wrong.
Why are you ringing my doorbell at 9?
Because I'm looking for a young lady named Court.
That's what we're doing today. We're looking for people with specific names that happen to also be street names. So, everybody, welcome to Name Redacted Podcast. After the pre-show, no longer the pre-show. Chris is an asshole, and welcome.
This is where the show really starts.
As always, I'm Alexander Fulmer.
And I'm Chris Nielsen.
And I'm just some fucking guy. Baby, aren't you glad you're staying awake for this?
So this is our good buddy, Gabe Dunston. We met Gabe through the comic circuit.
Pimps and Beards.
Pimps and Beards, baby. So we actually met through our good friend Chris Wharton.
Yes. Is just now coming out with a new edition of his book, Giant.
That's right.
Which looks like so.
This is the most prepared. Late but prepared.
Yeah. I'm actually, my
See, he said he went to the wrong house. Really, he was 20 minutes late because he was trying to find Chris's book.
My wife and I are super neurotic about being places on time.
Yeah.
So for the past 20 minutes, it's just me raging in my car. I couldn't have left the house a little sooner.
I didn't account for rain.
I couldn't look up the weather. I couldn't just like make sure that High Point was as close as I thought it was. And then in that state, I knock on somebody else's door.
At that point in time, I figure you, like, the guy comes to the door and you're like, oh, son of a bitch!
No.
Just storm off without saying a word.
Would that I was that guy. No, I immediately become a teenager again. Hello, sir. I'm looking for Alexander. Can he come out and play? That's me. That's exactly who I turned into. And he was exactly as unamused as every adult that I grew up with.
Yeah. I just wish you had said trick or treat.
No, because then it would turn into an awful scary movie where the villain is just some chubby guy on your doorstep holding a wad of comics. So yes, we met from our mutual friend Chris Wharton, writer artist of the book Giant. And this is the new edition. He used to have this little pocketbook version, and now it looks like this. And Chris loves the pocketbook, and I love Chris, but I love this version. Look at this.
Yeah, it's nice to have a full size.
And the reason I bring this and I'm pimping the guy is A, sweetheart of a nice guy, and B, this is literally one of my top 5 all-time favorite artists. And how lucky I am that I get to just hang out.
How big does he draw the panels? He draws them on full-size pages, right?
Yeah, well, for this book, most of the panels were on 8.5 by 11.
Okay.
I gotta ask a little show stuff here. Is it cheeseball to look into the camera, or am I supposed to acknowledge that these people?
Well, you already did.
Well, yeah, I know we have. I know we have, but when I'm talking, am I talking to people?
I mean, it's a little bit of both. It's based on your discretion and how you feel about the moment.
If you're talking to the people, talk to the people.
Yeah, if you're talking to people who are in chat and trying to let them know something,
I got you.
Yeah, we got you.
Comics industry standard for a long time for the floppies that you would get in the comic shop. You draw on 11 by 17. And that's what Wharton usually does, and for this you would because.
So this was the same scale.
I'll tell you this: he doesn't do it for Franklin.
Huh?
He absolutely doesn't do it for Franklin.
He's doing full size pages for Franklin.
Well, he's not breaking down each panel by page.
No. You do a page, but you do the page as a 11 by 17 instead of as scales down.
The one that he sent, or the couple that he sent me of Franklin, have been. I don't think they're larger size, and if they are, they don't look it from the pictures. But like he definitely, I mean, he does. I know a lot of people who do a panel on a page and then a panel on a page, and then they just mash it together like through scanning and like fitting.
Yeah,
and he doesn't do that. He does the actual page.
Yeah. I can't do that either.
Yeah, no, I mean,
it's got to be on the page. Otherwise, just I don't know. It's a pain. What's happening now?
Megan says, "Look at the camera's forehead. It's an old sales trick." That way it doesn't judge you.
Never look a camera directly in the eyes.
Never. It does. Your wife is on top of it. Jesus. But yeah, dude, like
Gabe's the first person that's come in here ready for the camera, by the way. I don't know. Yeah. And everybody else comes in here like, I thought this was a podcast.
No, I'm the youngest of 5. My entire life can be summed up by look at me, like me, please. So
dude, like it is very interesting like working with Chris because I've also gotten to watch the progression of an idea that we had Chris do for our Kickstarter that he has taken and just fucking run with. So we asked him to do us a picture that was just D&D, like cats playing.
Oh
D&D.
yeah.
And he's taken that, and he now has a series of D&D cats,
which is dope.
And I was like, I'm glad we made you some money.
I get to see them in his sketchbook, and then I get to see the pencil versions. It
was cool seeing it work too, because he was doing the all the layering with like post-it notes and stuff, which was really cool. So you just scan it out separately.
He is the most meticulous artist I've ever met in person. Which
is crazy because he's ostensibly a cartoonist, which is nuts.
Every single line is perfectly carved. Yeah. Perfectly. And if it's not, then he erases and does it again. And if he can't erase anymore, sticky note. Which it's one of those, like, it takes him, he's a slow artist. Yeah. But it's one of those, like...
Until he's not.
What's the word? Quality takes time. Yeah. And dude
he's fucking solid. Yeah. I love him. He's amazing.
So we met through Chris Wharton at the last Heroes Con that I tabled. Also the almost the worst table con Heroes.
Yeah, we talked about that last time you were on the show.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a nightmare. I'm like still sad.
The part about that like kills me is
was he the one that said Sex Offender Alley? Who coined Sex Offender Alley?
Dave
Lunch.
Dave Lunch.
Another of my friends, Amanda Nen. I forget her last name.
I don't know Nen's last name either, but I have her. I have some of her artwork up in my house.
Yeah, she rules. Like she said the same. She said the same thing. She's like, I'm like, why are you in Pedophile Alley? And I'm like, thanks for saying that out loud.
In front of people too.
In front of and at this family show.
Yeah.
Which is worse because thankfully by that point I quit doing magic tricks behind my table because. I would literally. I used to have kids' books at the table, and then one year I didn't have kids' books. So, like, people with kids would walk by and be like, "Hey, I've got something for your son or daughter," because I had kids' books. Yeah. So one year I said, "Hey, I've got something for your child," and just nothing on the table. And my wife and I were into magic at the time, and I picked up some coin tricks. Yeah. And what's the worst thing that you could say to a kid in front of their parents?
You want some candy?
I don't know. Close second. Hey kid, come here. I've got something to show you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Large, chubby, bearded man at a Comic-Con. Hey kid, come here.
Shoved off in the dark depths of.
What do parents say when I say that to their kids?
No. Come here, Timmy.
No. They go on, Timmy. He's got something to show you. Yeah. It could be a puppy. Let's find out what the stranger has to show you. Don't be shy. Get closer.
It's the back of my van.
Oh man. And then I'd do a magic trick, and it actually went pretty well.
There you go.
But to come from doing that one year to the next year, boy, you're in child molester alley. Be like, that's not at all on the nose.
Yeah.
That doesn't worry me one little bit.
So what have you been up to last time? It's been
over a year.
Yeah. A little while. So
almost again. Exactly. It was raining the last time I came here. It's raining again, and the road here just decided that like the lights illuminating the road would just for miles just not be on. The lights in the towns are on.
Up here, it's fucking terrible too.
Yeah, and
I know the stretch like just out on the other side of Burlington. There, it's a fucking nightmare.
If I come again and it's raining like this again, I will blame the two of you personally.
I wish I had that kind of. I would be fucking rich if I had that kind of control over the weather.
It's not control. You're just the bad omen.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time I go out to a fucking show, it's raining. But it's gonna rain at our show on Friday. I promise. Guarantee it. Anytime I fucking touch a guitar or look at a guitar, it just.
The weird thing is, every time I leave my house, there's like a murder of crows.
Yep.
Cast a shadow behind me as I walk in the shape of a cape.
As I pull into the driveway, they come back. Like they're gone when I'm out, but when I'm at home, they're like, "Oh, fuck this guy."
Yeah. You know that scene in Game of Thrones where like the crows they're north of the wall. It's Sam and Gilly, and the crows just land on the tree, and they all start crowing at the same time, and it's really loud, and it gets creepy, and then the White Walker comes. Right? Okay, what's creepier than having a tree just stuffed with crows crowing at you? What's worse?
One crow that never ever leaves. That just follows you everywhere you go.
It's a tree full of crows, all looking at you, saying nothing. Just silence.
That's pretty creepy.
Yeah, and like Megan and I, when we met and we got married, we were living in Greenville, North Carolina. She was she was working nights. And I was still in school, so I was up late. Like, I would just switch to her sleep schedule in no time flat. So
a crow full of trees is creepy.
A crow full of trees is creepy.
No, that's good. That's
also,
good.
Misha's right. We have had plenty of shows where it didn't rain. And it only rains when you're here, so.
Well, yeah, I blame the two of you anyway.
It's not Gabe coming here. It's us inviting him. That's the problem.
So I would be going to and from the hospital, and I'd be in the hospital parking lot at like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, because I'd visit her for lunch, and then I'm on my way back home, and just every street light just loaded with crows. They're all awake, and they're all looking at the one person who's moving and just not making a sound.
Sorry, the moth decided to come my way during that.
Do crows usually say stuff?
Yeah, they're like, hey, Larry, I gotta poop on this car real quick. I'll be back in a minute.
You know how the seagulls in Finding Nemo say, mine, mine?
Yeah.
I think crows say, hey,
you!
hey, you! Hey!
It's like the drunk guy in New York City that just like doesn't really want anything, but needs to know that you know that he doesn't want anything.
I've got the mean drunk where if I'm not affecting somebody around me, I'm not sure if I exist. Like seriously, is this my hand or is this an illusion? Hey! His head turned. I'm good.
Oh my god, that's wonderful.
As soon as I said, hey, the moth landed on my throat, and I'm thinking I'm hoping that's either a really good omen or a really bad one.
Maybe you're just really good at doing a moth mating call, and we just didn't know that.
I think that it
is
means
that what that call is?
Apparently.
I think it was your crow impersonation was on point because it just attracted the bugs right into your mouth.
Crows have smoker's voice. Thanks, Misha. Hey, come here, Julian. I got a present for you.
Yeah. Damn, Grandpa, that's a voice. Do you smoke cigarettes or do you eat them?
Last time I saw a cigarette, it was 1954. Dickety-4? Yeah, the Kaiser stole our word for 30. Yes, 20. Oh my god, it's so good.
The Wright brothers flew their plane on a single thimble of corn oil. Single-handedly won the Civil War, it did.
Dude, I love old dude stories. Like, they're the best because, like, you're never, like, because some of them you're like, this is clearly not true. But then there's some of them where you're like, I really hope this isn't true, but oh man, it probably is, and that makes me very uncomfortable.
The old guy stories that aren't true are great because they're rehearsed. They've got the fucking timing down.
They all sound like
question for the
delivery.
Megan, I actually, thanks for the Dr. Girlfriend comment. I have a Venture Brothers tattoo.
Yep, we're rewatching the series at home in preparation for the new season.
I own the.
That's fucking dope that the Venture Brothers is coming back.
Well, I mean, like I own like the first 5 seasons, and like it is the most like basically formative show for me in terms of my like writing style and the way that I approach basically all creative endeavors, and
it hit a certain vein of humor on the nail, like it hit the nail on the head. So
it's so specific, and like what's even funnier about it is if you own the DVDs and you watch the commentary,
and I do.
Oh, it's so informative, and it's also so much funnier. Like, the show gets funnier as you know more about the writing behind it. Yeah, and I think my favorite, like the funniest part of that show is actually in the commentary where they're like, Colonel Gentleman isn't gay. Like he's omnisexual. He basically, it's if something is attractive to him, he's gonna fuck it. He's like, oh, of course I fuck Kiki. Look at him, he's beautiful. It's not gay, it's smart. And like that, like when they said that, I was like, oh my god, that's perfect. Yep. Like it's so good. Like everything about that show is perfect in my opinion.
They do this other thing, and they ruin parts of the commentary, especially in the first 2 seasons. It's like, look at the fountain in the background; it's not moving. I guess the background painter was taking a break that day.
We send our animation over to Korea, and like they animate anime on thirds, and they animate or on threes, and they do American cartoons on twos,
and then they fucked up.
So they fucked up, and they do it on threes, so everything looks ghosty for a whole scene. the character models. They're like, these are like, we send them character model things that are like concept, and they just go with it. And so there's like a character where like he's supposed to be like a thug character, and he's holding his crotch, is like we're showing he's a thug character. And there's not a fucking scene where he's not holding his crotch. He's holding his crotch the whole fucking time he's on screen. The whole episode.
His other hand is the only one that moves. Yeah. He needs two hands. He has to drop something.
He just does this the whole time.
That's amazing.
Yeah, dude. The show is so well thought out that it's fucking astonishing.
The best question anybody ever asked them at a panel was, what is a joke that you can't fit into an episode so far? And the one that they got was, Dean, why are you wasting all my time? It's like, that's good. I would, and that was asked like 6 years ago, 8 years ago, somewhere in there. I want to know all the other jokes that they've been leaving out.
I didn't get to ask them my question at Dragon Con, which was a real bummer because everybody else was coming up and asking those ridiculous asinine questions. That like,
so what's going to happen to So-and-So character the next season? What's the fucking show,
And there's like 3 people who went up in character as like characters from the show. Like one guy went up as Orpheus and talked as Orpheus. Yeah. And I was just like, God damn it. Yeah. And then one guy asked about the relationship between Doc, his ex-wife, and the dude that stole his ex-wife. And I was like, why would you fucking ask that?
I got that beat. That's a fucking awful question. I didn't see this personally, but our other comic friend Max was telling us, like his wife. Oh, Max, I have come to the conclusion that I need to hang out with his wife in just the worst way because she sounds so cool.
Every time I've heard, like, she sounds awesome.
She sounds like she and my wife would be such good friends. Anyway, she's this closet goth. She used to go to goth night every night in Durham, or every week in Durham, and she loves The Crow so much because of course you do. And so she and Max made the drive to some convention where the cast of The Crow is having a reunion and doing a panel. And what's Brandon Lee is shot and killed, and the guy who was holding the gun is the actor who played Fun Boy. Fun Boy's on stage, and somebody asks Fun Boy, hey, what's it like to have killed an American treasure? And it's...
What the fuck?
Yeah. Not only that, like that actor, that's like one of the last things he ever did. Hollywood didn't really work out for him.
Right, yeah.
So like, hey, he killed a man. He killed a man. He didn't mean to. Yeah. Probably liked, probably admired. Yeah. His career went... And life has not been good.
Of no fault of his own.
Through no fault of his own. Yeah. All accidents.
It's not like he was like, I'm gonna put a button in here.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, yeah, here's a prank. No.
I'm gonna go ahead and shoot the greatest martial artist of all time, son. Just real quick. It's gonna be hilarious. Everybody's gonna love this.
Oh man, he's gonna be laughing so hard in the hospital. Yeah, So apparently somebody asked him that, and it just shut everything down. Now, luckily, the crowd turned immediately, boo, boo, boo. But the guy who played Fun Boy, according to them, the guy who played Fun Boy just wept, and that was it.
I bet.
And that was
That's
like
so fucked up.
It was in the middle of the day on Saturday for a 2-day show, and the rest of the show was just.
Oh my god, dude!
Yeah, that is officially the worst thing I've ever heard happening at any convention so far. I mean, I thought I had the most embarrassing.
Like, I thought I had the most embarrassing question at a show, but that beat.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that's the worst.
Yeah, I asked a very, very uninformed question to some very, very famous comic creators that was received very, very poorly. I don't like talking about it much.
My name is Alexander, and I like being vague.
I may or may not have asked some creators who may or may not have been in.
Yeah, we were at a panel that had panelists that were very outspoken about their sobriety,
and I've never read any of the things that they put about.
Casually asked what types of beverages they enjoy, not knowing.
I almost left the show.
That was the case.
Okay, now that must have been extremely embarrassing for you to ask.
I thought I was going to never ever like be able to walk into a convention again.
All right, now it's. I mean, how do I put this? Like, honest ignorance is an excuse.
Well, they were super cool about it. We walked up to them afterwards.
I apologized afterwards, and they were straight about it. And like, and one of them was like, you don't need to feel bad. Like, I'm not embarrassed by it.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I do feel bad, so...
You didn't ask a question in character, which they don't give a fuck about your answer. Look at me, and I could do the voice better than you. Will I be getting a job?
Right, yeah.
Like that, will you hire me as the voice actor? It's like this, it's this very, it's like, well, maybe it's like a Hail Mary. And I get it.
Maybe I'm that good.
The
maybe,
dumbest shit.
Maybe I'm the person who gets discovered on a park bench looking cute.
I get it.
It just shows ignorance.
I too was 13 once.
Yeah, right.
But when it's 30 and 40-year-old grown-ass men and women, I'm like, come on, dude.
Well, and it's just ridiculous too, because it's like, first of all, if you have any interest in actually like pursuing a creative effort like that, and you're at these cons, why are you trying to do that at those types of panels, like at fan panels? Like, why are you not doing that at like workshops and things like that? A. B. It shows so much fucking ignorance, because like that means that you assume that voice acting is all about being able to put on a voice and not like express emotion or like hit takes or like, like it's so naive.
It's the hey, look at me. Look what I did. Look what I can do.
Yeah.
Huh? All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Stealing the attention from a panel that all of these people are trying to
it's
enjoy.
A room packed full of fucking hundreds of people.
Express emotion.
And you're just like, I'm Dr. Wolf. No, you're not. Shut the fuck up. Ask these people a question that matters.
Yeah.
And like, and so like, I went up to ask my question, and I was next in line, and they cut off questions.
Yes.
And my question was actually like, I thought it was pretty good. I was like, I know you guys mentioned in one of your commentaries that you actually won an award from a furniture magazine for your design aesthetic for furniture stuff in your show. Was that something that like was a huge surprise to you? Was that something that you guys had thought about before? And I never got to ask the question.
That does sound pretty fun.
Well, because
I'd never heard that.
Yeah, like they say it in one of the early season commentaries where like, like this magazine, like, because they research everything in the show to the point where like they pick out real pieces of furniture and real posters and shit that exist, and they put them in the show. Like nothing in the show other than the characters is made up. Like everything is very, very precisely designed and based on a thing that's real. And so I thought that was really cool.
Speaking of very precisely designed, would anyone at all on God's green earth design a compound the size of the original Venture compound, but include one bathroom? Just the one. What is that?
Do they just have the one?
They have one bathroom. Like that's a gag several times. Like somebody's in the bathroom, but I gotta go.
Oh my god, that's right. There is just the one.
Or like Doc is standing outside in his bath towel or in a bathrobe holding a towel. Dean, you're taking so long. I got to shower. What are you doing in there? I'm practicing being a boyfriend, Dad. Never mind. Like I feel like they made the one bathroom just to make that joke.
It's definitely possible. I mean, because they slam stuff together for the sake of a gag.
Yeah, and like it's so thought provoking because the way that, especially when they delve into the commentary stuff, like things that nobody would catch reference to. They talk about how deep of a reference it is, like the Sandow thing and fucking
the rest is just chocolate recipes.
Yeah, it's insanity.
I was at a Barnes & Noble and I picked up a book on the history of bodybuilding just to fact check that shit. Sandow became a chocolatier.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
It's that deep of a fucking like.
I left my house, went to a bookstore, found the bodybuilding section, said which one's Sandow? Where's the scene? Let's find out.
And that's the thing that's crazy to me about it is that like
I need to know now.
And beyond that, the voices that they choose, because like one of them is a voice from like either a Charlton Heston or some movie where like he's an art collector and he gets back in for a Pizarro, and like the voice is based off the bad guy whose name like is Dragoon. Yeah. And so they just called that character Dragon.
Yeah.
And like and they have two different versions of Alec Guinness. Like they both do their Alec Guinness for different characters. Yeah. But like Doc's is a drunk Alec Guinness.
Yeah.
Like, he's drunk. He's very drunk when he talks. And it's just how much thought is put into every decision in that show.
I know.
Is astounding. Like, and just things come full circle 5 seasons later. And you're just like, God damn, like, Nobody knew.
They've got so many loose ends, though. Like, at one point, I think they stopped trying to tell a story. They're just like, "Fuck it, we'll make episodes until they won't let us anymore." All right, so I'm gonna admit something terrible. Like somebody asked Doc about his divorce. Like they were married when. Like she was 19, were they both 19?
They were pretty young. I know that.
Okay, like I got married young. I got married when I was 21. They stayed married for a long time.
Yeah.
I want to ask Doc, just like you want to ask your art friends, how did you do that so that you can get better at art? I want to ask Doc what happened, because it can't happen to me.
Yeah.
I can't be single again.
Well, then don't introduce your wife to Voltaire.
All right, I said.
Yeah, because he's just like the most fucking sensual guy ever.
Like, just don't introduce your wife to Voltaire and everything will be fine.
It will be done.
Tonight at home, dear Voltaire.
God bless him. If Brandon Lee were alive today, I'd be very worried, because she loves The Crow. Rightfully so.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not gay, but ain't nobody that straight.
No, that's a
handsome stack of man. All right,
that's how I feel about Tom Hardy. Every time I look at him, I'm like,
no, can't do it.
He's so muscly.
No, man, so many guys are so muscly. Can't do Tom Hardy.
Like,
not a handsome.
But he's muscly in a way that's like, it's like also cuddly.
No. All right. Muscly but cuddly. Think Russell Crowe in his prime. Like early 90s.
Yeah, but then you have to deal with Russell Crowe.
Yeah, that's true. Like, Tom Hardy's a great guy.
He's a prick.
No,
not like Russell Crowe.
He's kind of a Nancy for playing the tough guy so many times. Behind the scenes, he's like,
that's what you want, though. You want a guy.
This chair is so uncomfortable.
You want a guy that looks tough, but it's sensitive. You want me. You want a guy that people will back away from if there's a rough situation coming, but we'll get home and go, yeah, I love Chocolat. It's a great movie.
Between your perfectly coiffed hair and that smile, ain't nobody scared of you.
But I don't smile unless I'm here. Because
I've never seen you not smile.
It's because you're around.
Now I'm gonna blush.
There you go.
Okay, so I sat down just as an exercise. Said because my wife and I are both worriers. What's the worst case scenario? Worst case scenario is I have to date again. So let's prepare. What are some pickup lines?
I've never seen Alex have a spit take before. That might be a
Would
first.
you like me to try some of my pickup lines on you?
Yes. I have the perfect one.
I already have it. Save it, because mine are terrible.
Go ahead.
All right. Would you like to be the lady in this scenario?
Yeah, you should have done it while he was drinking. I want to second spit take.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, baby, you into fitness? Fitting this guy in your busy schedule, perhaps for a lunch or a coffee?
Why is it so long?
Uncomfortably long. It delivered like William Shatner.
Okay.
All right, you ready? I got two more. Hey, baby, you tired? Because you look like you exercise.
That was gonna work every time. Just like, yeah, thanks for noticing. Bye.
It's the fucking delivery of that one where you're just like, oh, it's done.
Yes, it's
over. Okay, because I was prepared for a long one. Because the first one, okay.
Megan's not impressed, by the way.
In future, I'll change the order. Oh no, I married far and away above my level.
It's just fitting this D in your mouth.
See, that's the one that people usually go for. I'm trying to stand out from the crowd. All right.
I do like to double twist.
This one is also short. Hey, do you know where we're going tonight? Because you look like you got leadership skills.
Oh my God. Is she wearing a pantsuit?
I don't discriminate.
All right, I have your perfect pickup line.
Yeah, lay it on me.
Hey, I got something to show your kids over here.
Well, go see what he's got. Go on, don't be shy.
That's what we call a callback.
Anyway, so I'm putting all of my pickup lines in a file on my computer, and the file is called Reasons to Hold On to My Wife with Everything I've Got. So just want to sit down with Doc and be like, just the two of us alone. Tell me,
exchanging
what
pickup
I
lines.
gotta do, man. I can't be single again. I can't do it.
Dude, like that's actually a legitimate fear for like me as well. Like my relationship is so fucking entrenched in my life.
Oh yeah. This is probably true for you as well. Like we've been married for 11 and a half years. It's going very well. Like I'm not trying to brag and be a douchebag, but like every year it was really, really good. And every year it's just gotten better. And the better it gets, the more scared I become. Like this can't stop. This can't stop.
This is unsustainable.
I don't deserve this good shit over and over. Like, no.
Like every day. It's every day with this.
I have unfound diseases in my body that have just been multiplying and spreading, and they'll just come to fruition at a point, and I'll just be like, oh, this is the penance I have for having such a great relationship.
Exactly. And like, I mean, y'all were listening earlier. She drops one joke in the notes, and I'm falling apart over here.
It was great.
When we spend the day together, she does that to me 4 times a day. I have the deep seagull belly laugh. Like I have
Seagull's belly laugh. What? I don't. Was that?
All right.
Am I the only one that?
Back when we were first dating, she would come to the beach with me and my family.
Okay.
And she woke up really early in the morning and heard me cackling like a madman.
Yeah.
Says, what in the hell is Gabe laughing at 8 in the morning? It wasn't Gabe, it was the seagulls outside.
Megan says, hey, baby, do you like oceanfront properties? Because I want to push you off of a pier. That's Gabe's pickup line style. just I want to threaten you. This is what I'm getting.
Oh, we were in the car driving down Hillsborough Street, which is the street right next to NC State. Lots of pedestrians, lots and lots of 19 and 20-year-olds just walking around. And she hands me her phone, says, watch this video real quick. And it hits the punchline. The windows are down, and I start laughing so hard I almost black out. And
that in and of itself is
that's a
story.
No. I didn't see it because I was too busy blacking out, but there was this poor girl on the sidewalk where I was like, oh, did one of these. Oh my God, someone is strangling some poor woman. What's happening?
I love shit pickup lines too. Like I've always loved shitty pickup lines, and like hearing someone deliver a shitty pickup line and not realize that they're delivering it like even more poorly is my favorite. Like when they're doing
just like unironically.
Like a joke.
What is the okay?
And like when they're trying to do it, so it's like this is a funny pickup line that.
Do you remember any unironically bad pickup lines?
I don't think I've ever seen like a real pickup line go down in person that was not meant to be like, oh no, come on, and then make somebody go, oh, he's funny.
Yeah. Almost every shitty pickup line is always, which the translation is gone on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh my word. Because like what's like, oh, he's trying to be funny in person, but on the internet I'm like, dude, what?
Who's this?
Like there's I listen to a lot of junk when I'm drawing because I can't sit still unless I'm listening to it. And what just happened?
Chris told a pickup line.
Your wife just make a spit take.
And your wife said she almost had wine come out of her nose.
Man, Misha said, I like my man like I like my wine aged in a barrel. And then I said, I like my women like I like my coffee ground up and in the freezer.
Forgot everything I was going to say. Probably for the best.
I like my women like I like my coffee covered in bees. Thank you for that, Eddie Izzard. So good. I like my women like I like my coffee in a plastic cup.
What the fuck?
If you go to Starbucks a lot, I don't know. It works. Maybe. But I don't know, like bad pickup line competitions were always a thing that me and my buddies did growing up. And like, I think one of my favorite things though is I had a friend in college.
Damn it!
I like my scotch, 12 years old and mixed up with Coke.
That's something else.
So like, but
all right, hold on. What you got?
Oh no, I was after that.
Oh,
So my I had a friend in college, and she was possibly one of the nerdiest people I ever knew, and all of her lines, every one of her lines was Star Wars and comic book references.
Oh no!
Every pickup line, and she would tell them to me, and every time she told them to me, I was like, these are terrible. And I want to date you every time you tell me. The more you tell these, the more I'm convinced that me and you are soulmates. And it devolved into this thing where every time I'd see her in passing, I'd be like, what do you got for me today? And she'd just belt another one out, and I was just like, fuck, these are so good. It was amazing. She had one that was like, it was like a 3-minute pickup line that included like Java the Hutt and like going to a coffee shop called Java the Hutt and all that. And I was just like, fuck, dude, like these are so well thought out, and like nobody would actually appreciate these. And they're great.
The right one would, and it only takes one.
It does. Like, and I think
like that is the verbal equivalent of, do you have the missing piece of this golden amulet?
Megan, fuck off. Oh, sorry.
I can't read this.
It says I like women like I like my board games. Easy. Fuck, dude. These are so good. Does anybody else in chat have great pickup lines? Because this is all the show's going to be from now on.
I came up with one more. This is my worst one tonight. Did it hurt when you broke through the glass ceiling?
I like this hashtag feminist pickup lines.
Oh my god.
Can we get that at the bottom? Just.
Oh yeah.
Don't do that. It's gonna end
That's
poorly.
really awesome. Like the idea of like just being like just empowerment pickup lines are so good.
There's something that I want. I keep threatening to do this. I've yet to do it. I want to make a series of dick pics. It's if the camera could see me, pictures of me doing like so, but putting a picture of King Richard II.
Just Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon is the climax. That's the money shot. That's the one where you put the camera down here. That's my tricky.
It's
dick.
tricky dick.
That's
Yeah, it's the tricky dick. Yeah, totally. Dude, there's something about like puns and pickup lines and shit. Like you know when you're a kid and you do the like Yellow Puddles by IP Freely. Like that whole series of things where like it's a book title and like the name is a pun on. Me and one of my friends when we were kids sat down for 3 hours and made those up. Yeah.
All right. I got some punny shit for you. This is something my brother and I do. We've started making gig posters.
Okay.
For bands that don't exist.
I love that. I've done that. I like that. Yeah.
Here's the rules. You got to have the band name, the album name, and the hit single.
Okay.
What?
No, just keep going.
Okay, so band name. All right, so here's one. The Sexual Prime Directive.
That's a great album.
The album.
That's an amazing band name.
The album is Flying Solo, and the hit single is An Ocean of Lotion.
Fuck. Oh my god.
You're trying to hold it in.
I don't want to laugh at
I
it.
know, because then it'll encourage me.
Oh my god.
More.
Yeah, let's get another one.
All right. Hold on. I got to pull this shit up now. See, this is the part where
there's
I'm
documents and shit.
Oh, Chris, didn't we have a battle of these a while ago with superhero names?
Oh man, the superhero.
Yeah,
pun.
the superhero puns.
I want to bring the superhero puns back. What was the format for it? It was
the format for the superhero puns is if Superman really enjoyed camping, he might be known as Clark Kent.
Yeah.
I don't want to reward you for this. I don't want to reward you.
We did this for months.
Damn it.
If Batman was super into gardening, he might be known as Spruce Wayne.
I will not reward you.
What was the one you said? You said the Flash is afraid to go on the Tonight Show.
Oh God, no! They won't let the Flash on the Tonight Show because they're afraid that he'll have to carry Fallon.
That one's over my head.
Jimmy Fallon runs the Tonight Show.
Right.
So
No, I get that part.
Yeah.
He'll have to, Barry Allen has to carry.
Okay. No, see, the first place my head went was like, yeah, everybody does, because that guy's not fucking funny.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly.
All right, there is a God. We have proof. We have proof of an
Jimmy Fallon's
all-powerful
not funny.
God.
And he's on
Jimmy Fallon
one of the most watched TV
has a
shows.
career in comedy. He did Saturday Night Live.
And
he
ruined it.
sucked the talent out of the room. He was promoted.
It sounds more like a devil at the crossroads situation than there is a God. I don't.
There's the trick. Is this a benevolent, wonderful God who looked upon poor little Jimothy Fallon, saw this talentless act, and he said, you know what? This kid, he gets his dream just because I want to be nice today. Or is this a mean, vengeful God who says, I will afflict humanity with this bullshit? He has a 2-part episode of comedians in cars getting coffee.
I know.
2-parter.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
And
He
it's
doesn't
not
say
funny.
shit. No jokes out of that fucking
He just
guy.
laughs at
what's
Jerry
funny about that
Seinfeld.
is
He
that
has it because he laughs at Jerry Seinfeld and doesn't say anything.
When Seinfeld is the funnier of the two people, there's a problem. It's a problem. Misha, that was amazing. I like my men like I like Monopoly, lasting all day and letting me take all their property.
Oh, that one's brilliant.
But like, dude, I love doing the pun wars and shit. Like my dad actually joined in with the ones when I was a kid, with the books. His favorite one is Biblical Jokes by Noah Goodwin.
Okay, that sounds good.
I like that one a lot. Man Overboard by Bob Up and Down. I like that one. Shooting or How to Fire People Out of a Cannon by Amy Forward.
All right, so band name, Just This Side of Creep Town, and the album is A Commitment to Poor Choices.
That's good stuff.
Oh, damn, that's cool.
What?
Yeah, there's a lot of mistakes happening in a very short space.
Oh my god! Like, do you guys just create these posters?
Well, I make the posters.
That's fucking dope.
My brother and I are so much funnier than either of us. So this one's not quite as funny, but I like it. Spent Ends. And the album is When the Eggs Went Dry, and the hit single is Gizzards and Livers.
They can't see anything.
Yes, turn that brightest. Wait, that's better. Yeah,
It's perfect.
I'm just doing this to be a dick. I don't know if this works.
Shouldn't have told me this. You could have saved yourself some pain in this process.
All right.
through the aperture.
The band is Coffee Shop Beard. The new album is Laptops and Lattes, and the hit single is The Screenplay is Totally Gonna Sell.
Again.
I love that he just keeps.
He's just gonna keep doing it.
I'm gonna keep doing it.
It's a bit now.
The band is, this is everybody's favorite so far, Non-Standard Meat Products, celebrating the new album Food Shaped Animals with the hit single The Wandering Moose, and the band opening for them is The Hypothetical Squirrel.
That part's better. That part's the best part. The hypothetical squirrel is the.
God, that is the douchiest hipster indie band ever.
I have
Hypothetical
douchey hipster
squirrel.
questions for you. Please remind me. I want to save them for after this. My brother came up with the next two, and they're the funniest shit I've ever heard. The lesser of the funny is a band called the Chubby Chasers. The hit new album is Fat Lot of Good, and the hit single is Smother Lover.
I like Fat Lot of Good. That's
All right.
good.
Now this one,
Smother lover.
I hope there's somebody from Indiana here. This is brilliant. My brother came up with this all on his own, and I, like, in a empty room and dead silence, cackled and fell onto the floor. The band is Cindiana. The album is Hoosier Daddy. And the hit single is Tipsy Canoe.
Oh no!
And I had a lot of fun with the visuals that the camera's not going to pick up. Suck on that, internet. You can't see it yet.
We'll have to put some
Describe
links
the
to
glory.
these.
It's the glory.
It's just it's
an
the shape of
angry Indiana.
and then it's two people with gimp masks in a fucking canoe.
And hold on, my favorite little Easter egg in the back: the state fish of Indiana is the largemouth bass.
And it's got a ball gate.
Best little
I think I'm funny.
Oh my god! All right, so
All right, hold
what
on.
are-
I've got to ask you a question. So my
Douchey
wife,
hipster question.
my wife did this incredible thing. So do you know? I bet you two know the Evil Dead recipe for fake blood. It's 2 ingredients.
My girlfriend knows it. I don't know it.
It's just corn syrup and food coloring. And
Okay.
if you want it more runny, you add water. If you
Sure.
want it less runny,
Right.
you take the water away. And Bruce Campbell, on multiple nights of his life, was put into the back of a pickup truck at the end of shooting and driven somewhere at like 3 or 4 in the morning to be hosed down.
Yeah, I bet he's covered
and
in
had
fucking
his
corn
clothes
syrup.
cut off of him. because of the corn
Jesus
syrup.
Christ.
So
Sounds hot.
my wife is a nurse, and she's got this thing where there's a pad underneath women after they give birth, and they to kind of measure how much blood and whatnot came out, they gotta kind of eyeball it and see how much it is. Well, now they've got a machine that tells you exactly how much. And so she arranged this demonstration to say, here's what you're eyeballing and here's what actually happens. And the demonstration is get a bunch of birthing pads and tampons and whatnot. And she found like the special, super accurate, holds up to very close scrutiny recipe for fake blood.
Yeah.
And she would pour fake blood and very real blood clots all over these pads and tampons and birthing pads and just leave them out for this demonstration. Now, with the context, this is really kind of interesting and hooray medical science.
Yeah.
But all of her coworkers and their genius would take a picture, post it on Facebook, no comment. And so in preparation for this, I will wait. In preparation for this, my beloved just took over the kitchen one night and with her ingredients and a blender, blended up a solid gallon of very real looking blood. There are spatters all over the kitchen. Yeah. It looks like at least 2 murders took place. And
I saw your pictures from this on Facebook.
Yeah, and so I had this.
I stared at it for like a solid 10 minutes. I was like, fascinating.
Yeah, and like because the way the blender works, there's like flecks up at the top, and it looks like blood flecks. It looks like little scabs. So I took 2 pictures of a blender of the blender and Megan doing one of these. Yeah, and I sent it to my brother. Said, okay, here's the band name, Kitchen Antics. The album is Blender Full of Blood. I need a hit single, and I got no response back. And I got no response back for 2 days, and it didn't occur to me why until, like, the second day. My brother is the only guy in our family who literally fainted at the sight of blood. Like, the sight of blood. And I sent him a picture of a blender full of blood with my beautiful wife doing one of these. So the question I present to thee. Blender Full of Blood, Kitchen Antics, Blender Full of Blood, hit single, go. You're in this too, I'm pointing at you.
There's gotta be a dead baby joke in here somewhere, right?
Too obvious. We went through all the dead baby jokes.
So
my wife told me a legitimate dead baby joke that included a dead baby today, and that's how my day started.
That's an amazing way to start your day, first of all.
Miscarriage mojito.
Miscarriage mojito! I quit, that's it, that's the one.
Shit.
Done and done.
I got nothing to follow.
Done and done.
Bloodiest. No, we've got. That's clearly the front runner. But we got. The rule is you have to have at least 3 and then pick the winner. I'm almost sure that's the winner.
Sorry,
Hold on.
Dot.
Dot.
Do you have more? Do you got more?
I got one more. Dot. Mary. Bloody Mary.
Yeah, no, that's not bad. I was gonna say.
I can't compete with that. So
I was gonna say bloodiest of Marys, but no. All right. You got more?
God, that's
he's got more.
As soon as he said dead baby jokes are ruled out too.
Yeah.
By the way,
yeah.
Sure, they're not.
Oh no, for
First one.
passed out placenta.
that's what Misha said.
Misha said passed out placenta.
It's not bad, but the strictly speaking, the band names are not birth related. Those are in the chamber, so to speak.
Oh
my wife has compiled about 6 albums worth of song titles based on birthing. She's written at least 2 limericks about giving birth.
Oh my God, there's got to be a coagulation joke in there somewhere. But it's just so hard to find.
I can't. Gav just
destroyed
us, man.
The miscarriage mojitos is fucking genius.
It's delightful and I love every part of it. But I'm still not done with you two.
But you don't understand. There is protocol.
Your wife just said vagina butthole. Just
all right. Hold up.
But all one word.
Hold up. Because the people at this table might not know that's a real thing. That is a naturally occurring thing during childbirth.
Where it rips.
Yes.
My mom is a childbirth professional.
That's right. You knew this. Yeah. We've had this discussion. But motherfucker, vaginas explode.
Yeah.
It's not common, but it happens.
Yeah.
And every time it happens, I get to hear about it.
Every time that happens.
Megan again.
Do you have a Google alert set up? Like,
No, because Megan comes home, says, a vagina blew up again.
Again.
And the frickin' woman wanted to eat the placenta.
So, band name. This is from your wife.
Yep.
Band name, The Fourth Degree Tears.
Which is the vagina butthole.
Their hit single, Keeping It Tight. I'm waiting for her to throw out.
round it out.
Yeah, with the album name.
Well, if y'all can...
Gavin, Life is Gross is the title of this segment.
Life is gross.
I wish
God.
life found another way.
Life finds another one.
Oh my god. All I want to do now is do
Surrounded by
puns.
sutures.
Like that's
Do what?
Surrounded by sutures. I guess that'd be on the.
that'd be on. That'd be on the
Yeah.
album. Oh my god. Like
Hit single, Surrounded by Sutures. Yeah.
it's really good.
Oh, Keeping It Tight. That's the album is Surrounded by Sutures.
I don't know, man. Like just talking about all this.
Stitched
Like,
up and ready to mingle.
oh god. I don't like it anymore. I'm now uncomfortable. No, like
Used but better? No, that's terrible.
Twice.
I know. So the band is what? The Fourth Degree Tear? No, the band is Vagina Butthole. The album is Fourth Degree Tear. Is that right?
album name. This is from your wife.
Right.
Daddy Stitch. Bonus track. How small is it?
In reference to every single dad who says, "Hey, Doc, can you stitch it up a little bit tighter for me?" Real joke that real dads say to actual fucking Doc.
Oh, sure. Is that like the birth equivalent of like when you're in the grocery store?
Yeah, it's not scanning. It must be free.
Yeah,
which I do every single time, and I am not proud of myself.
Dude, okay, no,
Is it a compulsion? What drives
No,
people?
it is shit jokes are my booze. I can't stop. And it hurts my friends and it hurts my family.
my dad does that shit. Like, I remember we went to like a really nice, fancy Southern cuisine restaurant for his birthday, like 10 plus years ago. And like the girl at the hostess desk, we walk in and he's like, "Oh, like the table, how long is the wait?" And she's like, "Give us about 10 minutes." And he goes, "Make it 5." And she goes, "We'll get it when it's ready." And I was just like, "Steve, shut the fuck up."
What are you doing?
Like, just, oh my god, like, nobody responds well to that.
Every time I do a shit joke, like, "Oh, I guess it must be free," it's immediately followed by, "I'm so sorry. I'm sorry." like you
I didn't ask to be
burped,
this
say,
way.
Excuse me. It's like, I guess it's free. I'm sorry.
And then there's inevitably the dad that walks through like the produce section of every fucking grocery store and turns to like his son and picks up 2 cantaloupes and is just like happy, like, and they're just like, "Dad, how many times do I have to see fruit tits?"
I get it.
Like, I understand.
Fruit
I
tits.
get it. Like, they're melons.
Can't we just
Pop.
get a cucumber dick in there for no
Yeah,
reason?
see,
Like,
I was
what
about
are
to
we?
say, if I had a son, and how do I put this?
Banana dong. Let's do this.
Thank you. Like, if I had a son and I wanted to get back at him somehow, like he was doing his teenage, like, "What are you gonna do, old man?" I'd go to a grocery store, go to the produce section, wait for him to be like kind of a distance away from me, grab a banana and say, "Hey, Jimmy," and like really loud so the whole room hears it. Just do one of these, like a sword swallower. Just how far can I go before gagging? And then with the flourish.
Just the produce manager.
And then I would buy it. And then you take the banana, you go up, everything's rung up. It says, "Oh, one more thing, just the one banana."
Just slobbered up fucking spit.
Mike,
out
My
of
son
banana.
needs his potassium.
Tell your other dad how amazing this looks.
I love it.
Dude, like, there's something like,
Rest in peace, Betty White. What?
oh, dude, TP Poker was the same one who asked us if we'd fuck Betty White.
That's a callback.
Yeah, it's a callback.
Oh, fun fact, Betty. I saw my mother-in-law watches TV Land, which during the day is mostly 70s game shows, and
Yeah.
so I saw Betty White from the 70s. Yeah, she's looked the same. She has looked
I know.
the
She hasn't
same
changed at all.
for 40
Yeah.
or 50 years.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like
Denzel
how,
Washington, too.
Yeah.
The
What's crazy is those
exact
people that like always
No,
looked
but
old.
it's one of those things where it's
That
like
throws me
Chris
off.
Rock still looks like this young guy.
Yeah.
Betty White always looked old.
Well,
Yeah,
the father from Everybody Loves Raymond is the grandfather on the Munsters.
Yeah.
And it's just like that dude's just
Like
always
he's
been a grandpa.
He was
born to be a grandpa.
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Which,
My favorite comedy movie ever.
it's my favorite Frankenstein movie. My daughter is like right at the age where she's like, all right, she's 8, and just before she turned 8, she's like, all right, I'm ready to watch some scary movies. And my wife and I eyeballed each other since we've got just the one.
Oh, damn, Betty White did die. Sorry.
Well, rest in peace, Betty White. You were 90 years old. You had a very full life, and good luck on your journey. And now I'm done with you.
I'm looking this up. This can't be for.
No, I just checked it. I just Googled it.
Oh, she is dead?
Yeah.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, I said the same thing about when the Pope.
Dude, this is amazing because she literally, like, this conversation about how long can she make it popped up, 2 weeks ago?
Last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
See, every time somebody asks me that, it's like she's fucking 90. She can make it here.
Double check this.
If she goes this is all borrowed time from as far as I'm concerned, and good for her. But man, I am not looking forward to the internet mourning the loss of a senior.
She's not
citizen.
dead.
She's not dead.
She's not dead.
Whatever, don't care. It's the same to me. I love you, Betty White. You're a wonderful person. Golden Girls will always be awesome. But just man, I don't care.
Also, Shatner looks the exact same as he's looked for fucking forever too.
Nah, but Chandler looks old now.
As soon
But
as
like,
he got
he's
chubby.
looked old
As
since
soon
he
as
got,
he got
chubby.
chubby. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
Well, the chubbiness preserves.
yep. I've looked the exact.
Chubbiness and beards. Kevin Smith is a baby-faced motherfucker.
I've looked 35 since I was 15,
Oh, shit.
and I'm not 35 yet.
Oh shit! Speaking of getting people's ages wrong, Megan, tune out for this part. I love you. We're at the beach, and people keep like her dad plays guitar and he sings, and he looks like a character. So everybody stopped us as we're walking back to the hotel. Hey, is your dad is Mikey D coming back out to play some more? It's the stage name. Is he coming out to play some more? He says, yeah, probably tonight. Okay. So how do you know him? I'm his daughter. Oh, and is that your son? Pointing to me. And this is the second time it's happened. Oh. Yeah. Now, Matt, friends.
Your wife doesn't. She looks her age.
She looks her. Megan is 33, 32. No, 32. Shit.
Tune out, sweetie. Tune out.
She's just a hair older than me. It used to be way older than me because she was a senior and I was a freshman. So she's about to be 35. There we go. Love you. And she.
Hey, but you undershot it, which is nice.
Yeah, you went the right direction.
Gabe, how old are you?
I'm 32, which in my head I'm like, it's impossible for you. She's got exactly four gray hairs. Right
She's
here. That's it.
just in chat. She just goes 34.
You overshot it a little bit.
She looks like a woman in her early 30s.
Yeah.
Do I look like what? No, I got the laugh lines. How do I look like anybody's kid? Do I just look like I kind of went off the reservation for a while and I'll just thank God he's off the booze and that's why I look like this? Is that what's happening?
No. I fucking, when I was 21 years...
Whoever these are, I'm eating them. Is that cool?
Yeah, you have a couple.
So, when I was 21 years old, I started working at a fucking restaurant in downtown Winston, and the manager, who is significantly older than me, is interviewing me, and, it's a job that I had before he took over. And I was coming back to work there, and he was talking to me and asking me questions and shit, and then at the end of it, and he's, kind of a surly dude, and at the end of it, he's like, how old are you? And I was like... I'm 21. He goes, you got road miles on you, kid. And I was like, fuck you. Are you fucking miles? Fuck you, dude. You're 35 and you look 60. I have road miles? Are you shitting me? I got mad as and this is before I had a beard.
You back up and say, yep, a line for every man I've killed.
I don't know. It really stuck in a really shitty place in my brain.
That's weird. For me personally, I'd be like, what else does that mean? You're gonna take me seriously? Because everybody else is talking down.
Yeah, this is the same job that I had a drunk guy walk into our fucking service entrance because we had an open kitchen and is drunk as shit. And I'm trying to be like, yo, you can't come in here. This is literally our kitchen. You're standing in our kitchen. And this dude is plastered and he looks down and he goes, nice tits. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I got so angry, and for no reason.
There's a reason there.
Well, I mean, it's a drunk guy, and he's saying mean shit, and I don't really care. But that one, I was just like, I turned to my manager and he was like, if you want to clock out, man, like, take him out back. I was like, all right. So, like, I literally, like, I threw
Literally took him out back.
Pushed him out the door so he fell down.
Damn.
And I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking talk about my titties, bastard. Well, I was.
See, if that happened to me, part of me would like be flattered for like this, just be like, oh, thanks, man. I'm really self-conscious. Wait, fuck.
Yeah.
Should have told him to suck him.
Should have told him. Thanks, Misha.
Picks and plugs.
Sure. Let's pick some plugs. Oh, wow. I haven't been consuming much.
Yeah.
You want to go first on this one since I always take it? Please go first,
sure.
Please.
I saw The Incredibles. We talked about it in the pre-show.
Oh, Incredibles
it was
2.
Fucking dope.
It was all right. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was well worth the wait. I was saying a little bit in the pre-show. It kind of has the same plot as the first movie, but I think that's to its benefit. I think it was good. I don't know what else to say. It was awesome. Fucking Jack is amazing. Get to see Jack with powers and all. Yeah, it was awesome. I don't know. That's a glowing recommendation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, like this is everybody's recommendation that I heard before I saw the movie. It was like, yeah, it's good. It's a lot like the first one. It's good. And yeah, exactly there, like right there. Not the it was the shit. It's like no, it's good. It's
definitely worth fucking seeing. Like
it's worth the price of the ticket. It's worth the price of the ticket. Which so many other superhero movies have.
There was this thing. So there was a thing going around the internet where everybody, and I don't know if it's just because of like the age that we are and the age that The Incredibles came out the first time, but everybody on the internet was like freaking out because they're like, I didn't realize that Elastigirl was so hot. And I was like, what? And the first time you see her, you're like, oh.
Well, yeah, I always realized.
Okay.
Elastigirl is...
That was my takeaway.
In almost every angle of her personality, essentially exactly who I've always been looking for. What?
This is just a combination confusion by that statement and also confusion on like, I don't know what the fuck to pick. Like, I'm in transition in my brain of like,
she's super smart. She could fly fucking fighter jets. Then you find out that she was a motorcycle chick forever and ever. She's tough as shit. But she's also a responsible person who cares about her family. And she's funny. She's cool as hell.
She is no Wilma. That is true.
All right, I have an anti-pick.
Okay, so the opposite of a recommendation.
In that same vein of you want to see a movie you've seen a shit ton of times before, go see Jurassic World.
Yeah, so I made the right decision last night.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
I saw Jurassic Park and
like it's entertaining because it's a Jurassic Park movie and like fucking dinosaurs that are super inaccurate. Great, awesome.
Right.
It's fun.
I saw the original like before I saw Jurassic Park. I was a little kid and I was talking to my brother. It's like I don't know if this movie even sounds good. And like I'm the little kid who's like, oh boy, dinosaurs. And my brother's like, it looks really cool. You'll have fun.
The first one's great.
I'm gonna tell you this right now because it'll piss you off the whole movie. The dinosaurs are basically monsters. And there's guns, and there's a professional hunter, and nobody uses the guns, and nobody shoots the monsters. So if you're going in looking for like an alien situation where the colonial marines pull up fucking smart guns and open up, it's not gonna happen. We just rewatched the original with my daughter. And there's that moment where they restart the whole system and Samuel L. Jackson says, it worked, I just gotta go to this bunker and turn everything on. It's 3 minutes away, I'll be right back. And they fucking let him out. Meanwhile, the Australian professional hunter's like, all right, see you later.
Yeah, right. Like just.
And then it's like he didn't come back. And then Australian guy pulls out his big ass shotgun and says, all right, let's do this. And they get out and he sees a raptor and he says, all right, you go that way. Just go. And I'm just gonna sit here, get the stock.
Just plot device on out of here.
Readjust. I'm like, it's a fucking shotgun! You're not gonna miss! It's 10 feet away! And the son of a bitch comes from the side, and you stop to say something pithy, you turn your head, not your gun! You don't turn your fucking gun! You just turn your head, say something pithy, and get fucking killed! The one guy to be an action star, Jeff Goldblum, was more action star than you? Fucker! What is this shit? The end of Jaws, a guy shoots a fucking shark in the mouth and makes it blow up. And the same guy says, I know, let's get giant shotguns and not do shit with them. The Tyrannosaurus totally got inside the lobby and nobody saw it. Nobody saw the Tyrannosaurus. Largest predator on land got into the room.
So,
and no one said it! But the raptor, they're all like, oh shit! I guess the Tyrannosaur's a good guy! We should run!
so, as a side note to this, during this movie that I just saw with my girlfriend, because this was a girlfriend picks the movie moment. I will say this, when you really want to piss off your significant other, and it's one of their favorite movie series of all time, go into Jurassic World and look at the Brachiosaurus and go, look, baby, it's a Giraffosaurus. And then when the tiny little dinosaurs come out, go, look, it's Catosaurus Rex. And then when the like little spiny guys that shoot the asses be like, hey, babe, look, it's a Turkeyosaur. Oh, just do that the whole time, and I guarantee you won't have sex for a week.
All right.
I know. Personal experience.
We went to the beach with my family recently. The whole reason we watched Jurassic Park is because at the aquarium they have a dinosaur exhibit with dinosaur animatronics.
Right.
And we get to the Dilophosaurs, and it's like the movie. They've got the crest, which was real, and then they had this thing, which is not, and they spitting water.
Yeah.
And there is a plaque right in front of them that says, Dilophosaur never actually spit anything. It's just something from a movie. Yeah. The fucking animatronic is spitting all over kids, and they're like, oh, it's a spitting dinosaur. And my daughter, God bless
nobody reads.
God bless her nerd heart, read the plaque and said, Daddy, what the fuck? I said, baby, I don't know.
I take it back. I do actually have a pick from this week because everybody's talking about Goldblum. Go to YouTube or whatever other, like Facebook, look up Jeff Goldblum rates Jeff Goldblum tattoos.
Yeah, that's good.
Holy
That's
fuck.
a solid one.
He sits there and analyzes tattoos of himself on other people.
Wait, have you not seen this?
Oh my God.
No.
Oh, it's amazing.
Why would...
My favorite thing, though, is that he does the Jeff Goldblum thing he does, and then he goes, I give this one 10 Goldblums out of 10 Goldblums. And he just keeps doing this.
I'm flabbergasted that people got tattoos of that man's face.
I think that it's amazing. I think that's amazing and hilarious.
That shit is permanent.
Yeah.
That's
so it's Jeff
dude.
Goldblum.
I have a movie that I'm not even that attached to tattooed all over this arm for the art aesthetic.
I don't understand you people.
I don't even get... my favorite thing to do now, though, is when other people in a room are talking about getting tattoos, I go, tattoos are fucking stupid. And then I just walk away and don't acknowledge it as they see all of my sleeve just leaving.
Man, you're that guy.
Yeah.
You are...
Yo, wait, I'm sorry. You're fucking... Well, I guess it's free then, guy. You don't have any...
I apologize every time. I'm not proud.
It doesn't make it better.
I don't tell stories about it to make me sound better. No, I'm admitting fault. I thought this was a safe place. I should have known better.
You got pick? That's a plug. No, that's
It's a
pick.
little bit of both.
That's pick.
Anything drawn or written by Chris Wharton, pick it up.
Including Franklin, which should be coming out next year.
Our other mutual friend, Max Miller Dowdle, recently came out. He successfully kickstarted a collection of horror shorts that he also illustrated. He's a phenomenal painter, and these are black and white.
He only does books that he paints now, right? He doesn't actually do he doesn't actually draw anymore for books.
Correct, but the difference is instead of like line art, this is like painterly with. I don't know if he used charcoal or graphite. I want to say it's all graphite.
Yeah,
but it's very beautiful, very painterly, and like freaking Max is just one of those guys where I'm like, motherfucker, you don't stop, do you? Because I was just over at his house. He's moving. He's literally building his house in Hillsboro. And he like took a section of the house that's going to be demolished while they're renovating, and just stapled up some walls.
That's
put
amazing.
a studio in there. And I walked in and said, what's all this shit? He's like, oh, I wrote a book. Like,
on the walls?
I just made a book. Just, whatever. I was kind of bored. Fuck. And then on top of that, he's also still painting.
Yeah.
And this is the most adorable thing ever.
I just love that they did it beautiful mind style and just fucking started scribbling on the walls.
Yeah, no, they're pinned on the walls. I wish that he would scribble on the walls. No, like his finished illustrations are pinned in sequence on the wall.
Oh, I get you. So he didn't actually do it on the...
No, that'd be cool if he had like that much eccentricity in him, but no, he's too smooth for that shit. I take it back. I take it back. Have you ever seen? I've never seen this movie. I've only seen stills. But have you ever seen Dune as portrayed by Sting? Like skinny Sting with his chopped up blonde hair at the height of 80s weirdness. When Max lets his hair grow this much, he'll dye it, and he looks exactly like Sting in the movie Dune. And it's the craziest thing. It's a lot of fun. And when he's doing that with his daughter around, he's looking like the guy, but he's also got a pink backpack over the shoulder and like a bottle in his hand, or like one of his daughter's stuffed toys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, fun times, right?
And I hated Dune, so
I couldn't stand that fucking book.
You gotta...
Oh, excuse me, picks and plugs.
Yeah.
Shit, man, I like had 50 before I came in, and I got fuck all right now.
Well,
you got tons of plugs.
Yeah, what do you have to plug? Yeah, you got a little stack of stuff over there.
Anything but Chris Wharton.
Okay.
Shit, and like all the books that aren't mine, I didn't bring.
No, like
those are picks.
yourself.
Do the plugs.
This is the comic that I'm working on right now. I love you. You will not get a chance to buy this until I'm at a convention again, and I don't know when I'll be. Like maybe in Durham in November.
Save for the audio.
Huh?
You gotta tell the audio.
Yeah, because we record it too.
Oh, yes, of course. So my book, the series that I've been working on, the son of a bitch motherfucking series I've been working on since 2013, is called Purgatory Pub. When the angel and devil on your shoulder are done harassing you, they go to a bar and they talk about you. It's a 4-book series. As of this exact moment, book 3 is a little bit more than 3/4 of the way done. So that means there's a whole other book afterwards. And I've decided I'm not going to be at Comic Cons again until at least book 3 is done.
Yeah.
And I could put a new thing on the table.
Yeah.
So I don't know when you'll get it. I'm flirting with the idea of going to NC Comic Con in Durham and splitting a table with a friend because I made this art book the last time I was on the show.
I bought it, and it's so
sure
good.
did.
And I have.
It's good to see it in person and real.
Yeah, I know. It's an actual fucking book.
Yeah.
I have a sketch that he sent me that is a grumpy old woman in a space helmet smoking a cigarette. It's really good.
I had a lot of fun drawing that.
Yeah, I remember you posting that one, and I was like, I'd be cool getting that one.
And then I said he'd be cool. Good.
Yeah.
So last time I was here, I was actually pushing the Kickstarter for that art book. The art book came out. The next time I'm at a con table, I'll be selling these. They're a little bit more than 48 pages. They're full color. Some of it's process stuff, and most of it's just studies and fun drawings. And the commonality between all of them is that all of the art was done on paper. So, like, all of the colors, all the lines, everything was pencil.
I love any chance I get to see blue lines.
Yeah,
I love framework stuff.
Way back in the day, like in high school, it was a very high school thing. It's like, ooh, the professionals use blue.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use blue. And then I started using it, and I realized, oh shit, this doesn't smudge. That's amazing. Yeah. And then I started scanning stuff in. I was like, oh cool, I don't have to erase anymore. This is amazing. But yeah, so now I have high school age kids coming up to me at conventions being like, you draw in blue. I'm like, I know.
That's awesome.
I'm a professional. The blue is how you can tell. And just perpetuate that terrible cycle.
Yeah.
That's
Chris Wharton, he does it in red. Because that guy's crazy.
He does.
He watches, sees smudges.
No, his also don't smudge. He just does it in red.
Yeah, it's actually very interesting to see the difference.
I've never seen somebody do pencils in
red.
In red,
he's the only one I know of that does.
He does the blue.
Well, him and Billy Fowler does sometimes.
Yeah. He does the blue for rough, and then the red directly over it.
Okay.
Sometimes.
So you kind of like he's like inking it, but still with like
like I said, every line is carved.
Yeah.
Like dude does not put ink down unless he is sure.
Yeah.
And then when he's putting ink down, it's like watching somebody perform surgery.
If you've if you're interested in learning how to draw, check out his Salamander Studio videos on YouTube.
Do it.
We actually throw our kid in front of him. And like we're like, you wanted to learn how to draw this thing? Fucking watch Chris Wharton draw it, and then you'll be able to.
Yeah.
And, and she does. She sits down in front of it and she cranks it out. It's pretty impressive, actually.
Is that the bottom of the stack? You have more plugs?
Oh, okay. So I ordered something from Amazon, and
it's an unboxing.
I literally,
oh shit,
on my way out of the driveway said, "Is the book out?" And I drove up to my mailbox. It is. I grabbed it, threw it in the car, and drove here. And I'm so excited about it that I thought perhaps if there's a lull in the conversation, I'll just open this.
Yeah,
up.
let's
open it up now.
Who's got a knife? I ain't got shit.
I
can get scissors.
Whatever.
I wasn't prepared for this.
He can strong arm it open.
This is amazing.
So this
is our first official unboxing.
Yeah,
but it's a bag.
Ordered from Amazon from a used book company. Let's see here. So at home, I decided at the beginning of every year, I have a theme to the year. And the year of 2016 was, let's try all of these ideas that I've been cooking on for multiple years and fail at all of them simultaneously so horribly that I just don't get out of bed for days.
Okay, I like it.
For 2017, the theme was, I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I want. Nobody's paying attention. Nobody cares. I'll just do whatever the fuck I want. So 2018, I decided, okay, you know what? I'm going to actually just sit down and finish my books. And in between chapters, get materials and just focus on getting better as an artist.
Yeah.
So pro tip at home, if you want to be a better artist, draw from life, photographs count, draw all the time, and finish. You're allowed to decide what finished means. So I discovered this photographer, and he makes a series of great books, and I got this one right here. And this is, I forget this, In Character, Actors Acting. So what he does is he takes famous actors that he had access to, just kind of puts them in a studio, gives them a prompt like, you just got bad news, and they make faces, and he clicks away.
Yeah.
So
that's really cool premise.
This is the first time I'm cracking it open. So effectively, what I've got is a book of extremely highly detailed photographs of famous faces making faces. So it's a series of studies on facial expressions with all the lines and everything in there. So for me personally as an artist, if I just want to get better, be like, cool, I'll work through this as though it's a workbook. Just close my eyes, go, whoop, that didn't work. There we go. Here's a collection of faces, and just go through these faces.
That's awesome.
Out one at a time. My bad.
That's really cool.
Sorry, y'all.
I'm excited to see how that turns out.
Yeah, so it's probably now that I've got it, I had no idea how big this book was. This thing is pretty huge.
Yeah.
And it's nice and thick like my coffee.
Could have gone a different direction.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said coffee. See, I zig when you think I'm going to zag. Did it hurt when I zigged?
Instead of zagged.
So this sucker right here will probably take me more than a year to go through because this is more of a in between chapters of the book that I'm working on right now.
Case study.
It's just I can't stand to look at this comic that I've been making for years anymore. Right. So today I'm just going to sit down and open this up and do studies of faces.
That's good for some randomness and inspiration.
And something else is there's women in this book. Something that I do. Yeah, that doesn't sound creepy. That's not a creepy way to start. Something that I do is I'll go to when I need to just get out of the house and when I need to draw something other than my characters.
I've been there for this.
Yeah, I go to a coffee shop and I just get in the corner, look at everybody in the room, pick somebody who's got a cool looking face, whatever, and just draw who it is. And if it's a dude, it's usually fine because men aren't really in tune with the room. But if it's a lady, and you can't draw just nothing but dudes, you got to draw all people, right? Every single lady is in tune with the room, and I've been caught every single time.
What are you doing?
Just staring at a woman looking like you're taking notes.
And if I had, exactly, if I had a palette, I'm an artist. Everyone sees I'm an artist, and I'm drawing a lady.
Why are you a pirate?
Only slightly less creepy, but it's just a notebook that's laying flat, and this camera pretends you're a lady, and you look across, and you've got this guy whose cup of coffee has long since gotten cold, and he's just taking notes and looking at you. And you catch his dumb ass every time. So now I've got a book. I've got an entire book of women. I've got binders of women. I got a book with ladies who will not be upset at me
for drawing. Our friend Trey says, "Draw me a llama, bro." He just wants you to draw him a llama.
What?
I don't know. It's Trey. He's probably drunk. You drunk, Trey? Probably. So,
all right, now I'm gonna get creepier.
Good.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not.
We're not gonna wait for post show for creepy. We're just gonna go there now.
The thing that I need to get better at is I would like to illustrate kids' books for an actual publisher and not just for me.
Yeah.
And everybody who does that is you need to learn how to draw kids. Okay, well, you got to draw from life. So, am I going to be the guy who goes to a playground without my kid?
Yeah, and just stares at children.
Just watches the children play. Or am I going to be the guy who puts in his Google search history?
That was what I was.
Young boys, age 4 to 6. Now I want to look at young boys, age 6 to 8. Google image, do your thing. Yes, I will stare at this one for at least an hour. And now the government knows. Let's switch it up, young girls, age 3 to 5.
Oh my god. Yep. Sounds like you need to take your daughter to the playground a lot more often.
All right, so I do, and this is a real thing. I stayed up really late one night working on comics. My wife had the day off, and I was getting up with my daughter, and my wife just kind of put me back down and says, "Go back to sleep. I'm going to take her we're going to go to the playground. We're going to play. Whenever you sleep until you wake up. Whenever you wake up, just come and join us." And so I do, and I'm walking out to the playground wearing a t-shirt and some PJ pants, and the slip-ons that I'm wearing right now, and I look more or less like this, except more bedhead. And a mom, I'm talking to you now, hi. A mom is talking to other moms, does one of those, leans in, says something, and all the moms glance my way and start circling wagons.
Like fucking gazelle.
Yeah, and I'm walking across a soccer field, so it's a long walk, and they're getting a good look, and the dread is building until this adorable 4-year-old girl says, "Daddy!" and runs and jumps into my arm, and you watch all of the tension leave this playground, and all I could think is bitches, I'm just walking, what the fuck?
Trey, when I was like, "Are you drunk, Trey?" He was like, "Nope, just love llamas." And then he said, "I need me an action shot of a spitting llama." And then I told him, do a whole fucking sketchbook of just that to take to cons.
Trey, if you got the money, I got the time.
On that note, this has been a Redacted podcast. Oh shit, we're gonna be at a con in 2 weeks. We're gonna be at Wizard World Con in Winston-Salem, and there's tickets available, I think.
How many Wizard Worlds are
And there's a lot of them. But if you're going to Wizard World Con,
like cockroaches, is this a good thing or is it a plague? Much like the crows just in the trees staring at us.
if you're going to Wizard World Con, you can save money on your ticket by using code Redacted20.
There you go. So
go to the con, find me, either in person or on Instagram, and let me know, were the crows crowing at you, or did they stare at you silently?
And also on that note, we will be doing some panels.
Yeah, we're doing panels. I don't know what yet. We're doing panels. It's going to be good. We're giving away tickets. We'll let you know.
When y'all do panels, do you just contact the convention, say, "Hey, I'm a guy,
us.
we'll do a panel"? And they're like, "Yeah, sure, okay."
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of.
Because when I
You want to do
that,
panels?
when I do that, they say, "The fuck are you?"
Yeah. We have a website.
I said,
Actually,
had a website.
I know, I told him about that today. I think that's where that joke comes from.
The biggest part of it is you get so much added legitimacy instead of emailing somebody from nameredactedpodcast@gmail.com, emailing him from Nielsen at nameredactedpodcast.com. They're like, ooh, he has a podcast with a .com.
So
that man knows how to host a panel.
Yeah. I had a website. It was very well maintained for a long time, but a solid 6 months went by when nobody was hiring me, and I was just like, fuck it, I don't even know if I want to draw your books anymore. And I know that I really don't feel like paying Bluehost right now because my annual bill was coming up.
Right.
I'm like, cancel.
Yeah.
And so, like, until Purgatory Pub is done, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen after this book.
Well, let's take it to the post show.
Yep.
This has been a Redacted Podcast. I'm Chris Nielsen.
I'm Jack Schweitzer.
And I'm just some fucking guy.
Go slap some booties.
Break the glass ceiling. Join me for coffee.
And mark it 141.
All right, post show.
I make your shit long. That's what she said.
That was the best one yet! That was the best show!
Oh my god.
The fact that you have a post show guarantees the good shit goes in your post show.
Yeah, this is viewer only content.
Oh, so this isn't going in the podcast?
No.
Ah, shit.